Who's the smartest shark around? Who's the coolest shark in town? Sky Byte, that's me! Ha!
Hello and welcome, I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Generations 2014 Voyager Sky Byte, and I love this toy. Now this is an update to the Sky Byte that we got in Robots in Disguise, whole new mode, and I think this guy is great. Now this is another one of those toys that has been getting a lot of negative attention, and I can understand why. But me personally, the longer I've had this guy for a couple of days now, and the more I play with him, the more I like him. But I can understand why some people would have some complaints about him. This guy was released in July of 2014 and is currently hitting stores as of the time of this recording. And it's retailing for approximately $20 to $25. Here in Shark Mode, Sky Byte is approximately 9 inches long. And as you can see, he is... he's originally based on a Transmetals 2 figure, so what we're going to get here is a sort of a cyber transmetal organic, what do they call it, transorganic or cyber organic? Anyway, combination between mechanical and organic shark here. Really cool looking shark. I really like the way this looks. As far as articulation goes in this mode, he doesn't have a whole lot. His mouth can open and close some, as you can see there. That's about it. The fins have some bit of motion, just a little bit of rotation, not a whole lot on these sides. Now on the back here, you can kind of bend them just a little bit, just there and there. And really all this is the elbow articulation that's showing through here. So, but at least you can get a little bit out of that. He does have an attack feature, and I think this is really more for robot mode than for shark mode, but it can be used here. In this, if you look on the tail here, you've got this little gray lever here. So if you press down on that, you get a little bit of a tail spin gimmick there. And then you've also got this this button here on the side, and you've got a missile sticking out of the back of his tail. So if you press on that button, there you go. You got Sky Byte ready to shoot you from the back of his tail. Now, I don't know if this is on every figure, but I've had some issues with the firing gimmick on this guy. As you can see, I've kind of got it turned upside down, and what I'm doing here is I'm actually looking in here as I'm putting the missile in to make sure that the spring is lined up straight with the barrel of this weapon. Because I've had on 2 occasions now where the spring has been offset to the side like this, and then when the spring goes in, or when the missile goes in, it pushes the spring to the side, and then it messes it up and it doesn't fire. So I've had to open this thing up now and re-straighten the spring twice now. So that's what I'm looking at there, and just to make sure it still fires. So once I figured out what the issue was, I haven't had any problems with it, but like I said, that may be different from toy to toy. They may just be on mine, it may be on all of them. Just something to keep aware of. For transformation, now, it's because of the nature of this figure being a beast. Obviously, he's going to be very panely. So it tends to be kind of fidgety and fiddly. I'm not going in any particular order here. I'm just kind of going by what I remember. So bear with me if it gets a little fidgety. So I'm going to start up here at the top, and right here where you see the shark fin, I'm going to take this little cover here. I'm going to flip this forward, and then I'm just going to start separating panels. So this blue panels here, these are actually going to end up on his back. So go ahead and separate these, bring them all the way down, and just kind of out of the way like so. If you come around to the bottom here, this whole piece here, these are going to be the legs. So probably the best thing to do here right now is to go ahead and take the head and bring it up just to get it out of the way. And then take the legs and extend them all the way down. Now these guys here, let me see if we can get a good look around the back. I'm going to go ahead and separate these. These back feet here, if you can, as you can see, there's a little tab and port right there. They were tabbed together right there. So just go ahead and separate those. And then these guys, I'm trying to get a good angle here for the camera. Right here, if you watch, there's going to be kind of like a double hinge thing going on here, where the leg is going to extend, just like so. And then if you look at the inside of the knee, what you've got here at the top of the kneecap, you've got this bit of a squarish peg here, and then you've got the little tab on this side here. So what's going to happen is this guy is going to go all the way back and tab in right there. It holds okay, but if you're playing with it, it can pop off. It's not the strongest connection that I've seen so far. Go ahead and straighten out the leg. Do the same thing on the other side. Clip that in and straighten out the foot. there you've got the feet pretty much done. And again, this is one thing that I know that a lot of people have taken issue with. If you look at it from the front, the legs are pretty much okay. They look all right. But if you turn them around and look at the back, the legs are hollow. So I can understand why people have had issue with this. It doesn't bother me, but I can understand why people would have a complaint about that. Also, I've heard complaints that when you're moving the leg around, the knee tends to pop off. Hasn't been an issue for me. Maybe I just got lucky on that one. But just another thing to beware is people complaining about that little tab right there popping off. So again, it hasn't been much of a problem for me. Okay, so coming around the top here, I like to take the fins here and just kind of bring them back and kind of put them, would you call that a cape or coattails? Coattails, I guess, would be the best description for that. The original figure had the shark head. He had the two halves of the shark head hanging from the back of his hips. So I kind of like to put these guys back here like so. So kind of emulate what the old shark head used to do. Some people like to put them on the side here as armor. That's okay. Whichever, whatever you think looks best for you, for your figure. I need to adjust the camera, bring it up a little higher. All right, so come on up here. Take this, these panels that we opened up first thing. These are on a hinge down here, this gray piece. So go ahead and, as you can see, there's a little tab and peg right there. So go ahead and flip this over. Flip those, and then you're going to go ahead and take these guys and fold them in half just like so. And I like to just kind of bend them all the way down and get them out of the way. Go to the back tail of the shark here. We're going to split this in half. And these are, as you can see, these are going to be the arms. This whole top panel here is going to extend very similar to what the legs did. So just go ahead and extend that all the way. Take the arms, rotate them right here. There's going to be the shoulder. Bring these down. Just like so. And then on the shoulder here, there's a little fin that's going to pop out. Do the same thing over here. Bring these guys down. And at this point, I like to kind of bring these guys up a little bit. And we'll get into this and into these panels as well when we get into robot mode. So bring the arms out. Now these fins, I like the way these fins on the shoulders look, but they don't clip. When you pull them out, they don't clip into anything. So when you're playing with it, fiddling with it or whatever, more often than not, I end up pushing them back in again, even though I like the way they look outside like that. Come around the bottom side of this arm here. That's this gray panel here. This is going to be the arm, or the hand rather. You can see the fingers sticking out right there, so you can start pushing those through there. Grab the whole hand, bring it out. And then grab this panel here. Is going to be a hinge on the inside there and also on this side here. So I like to bring it up, fold it down, and bring it all the way in. Just to kind of, that really just fills that arm in. And even though the arm is hollow, it doesn't really look like it is. So there's that arm finished. Straighten out the legs here. All right, we're going to bring the head all the way up. Now the head was pegged in. There's... you can barely see it, but there's a little tab right there. And that is pegged in on the inside of the chest there. So when that's down like that, it's actually pegged in. So that unpegs, comes all the way up. Rotate the head around. Bring the head of the shark up. Turn it at this hinge on the top here. And then push the whole thing. It's going to go all the way in. And then once again, the little tab in the neck piece there, that's going to tab in to the top of the shark head there. And then finally, we'll take the nose of the shark and flip it around to reveal his Predacon symbol. And there is Sky Byte in robot mode. We just got to do a little bit straightening for him, bring out his fins again. Now, these, got to bring the camera up some. These fins on the back here, you can really put these guys, a lot of this stuff, these fins here and the top fins here, you could put them pretty much anywhere you want. Now, in the original cartoon, he had these big panels that stuck off to the side, so I like to bring them down like this, just to kind of emulate the original panels that he had on the cartoon. And we'll see if we can get him standing straight. Now, unfortunately, one unfortunate thing here with the figure is that the one hand that he does have, which is his right hand, the wrist is on a joint here. These four fingers are articulated, and then the thumb is articulated, so you can kind of open and close his hand, as you can see there. And you can also bring his wrist in and out. But as you can see, it's on a hinge there, so there's no waist, or rather, there's no wrist rotation, so he's going to have those bicep curling arms that so many people tend to hate. So that's just another thing to be aware of if you're planning on getting this figure. But there is Sky Byte in robot mode. I think this guy looks awesome. I really enjoy this figure. I never had an original Sky Byte from Robots in Disguise, nor did I have a Cyber Shark from the Transmetals 2 Beast Wars. So I'm really happy to get this guy, finally have a Sky Byte that I can add in my collection. Here in robot mode, Sky Byte is approximately 8 inches tall at the top of the fin here. As far as articulation goes, his head is on a rotation, no ball joint, and that's a bit of a shame because it's not showing through on camera. Here on camera, he looks like he's looking dead on, but usually when you've got him on the shelf or on a table like he is in front of me right now, as I'm looking at him at the moment, he has a tendency to look, he creates the illusion that he's looking down at the ground. He's not. When you look at him from the side, you can see that he's looking straight ahead, but then when you look at him from the front, he tends to look like he's create the illusion that he's looking down. So I think he could have really benefited from a ball joint at the neck so that he could at least look up a little bit. But what are you going to do? Universal joint at the shoulder, so you can go in and out. You can rotate forward and backwards. You've got the bicep rotation as well as elbow hinge right there. He's got a really good range of movement. Now, let's see. We'll get into that later. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. Same thing on the shoulders I showed you. Also rotation on the bicep and the elbow. And I already showed you the unfortunate no articulation on the wrist there. No waist articulation either. He doesn't really need it. He's got universal hip joints. So you got in and out. You got forward and backwards. You got a rotation right here at the top of the hip. It is limited. You can go that far out and that far in. That's about it. You've got your rotation at the knee. Using the top hinge, again, you don't want to use that bottom hinge because then you kind of take his leg apart. So using the top hinge, you've got a good 90. And then you've got a ankle tilt as well due to transformation. So there you go. There's Sky Byte. I really enjoy this figure. I think he looks great. And once again, here in robot mode, also, I guess you can say these two fins are articulated here. Since this is supposed to be a bit of a claw, kind of a hand, claw hand. So I guess you can say those are articulated fingers there. And once again, you can reach on the bottom here and get to that little gray lever. And you've got the rotation gimmick for the hand. And once again, you can press on the button and you've got the missile firing gimmick. So yeah, he's got his gimmick works. Both of his gimmicks work well in both modes. And I like that they are not intrusive to the figure overall. So, again, like I said, I love this figure. I am really, really enjoying this figure. I think he looks awesome as you look at him standing right there. I know that a lot of people have had issues with the legs being hollow. I don't have an issue with it, but I can understand how people would have issue with that. A lot of people have had issue with the arm being hollow, but I think that this panel covers it up well, so I don't think really it's that much of a big deal. And then the wrist is unfortunate, but it's so common anymore that I don't really pay it that much mind. It really doesn't bother me. I usually have him standing like that, and it's not like he needs to hold a weapon or anything like that. So I think he looks great. Like I said, I really enjoy the figure. I can understand why some people have some issues with it, but check out the video and make a decision for your own. Like I said, the figure is available on shelves right now at the time of this recording. And I think that pretty much covers Transformers Generations 2014 Voyager Sky Byte. Please leave me a comment, give me some thumbs up, subscribe, and share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time.